Alright, are we live? I think we're live. Alright. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is Apex Gaming here, and I'm bringing you part 2 of PC Building Simulator on the PS4. I don't know why there's no music. Oh, that's why. There we go. Get that going. So as per the title of the video, pretty much what we're going to be doing is, well, let's see. I don't know why this isn't working. There we go. Alright, that should work. So essentially what we're going to be doing in this Let's Play is we're actually going to be building my real-life PC. So it's going to be pretty neat. I do need to check a couple things because YouTube aired my shit out a couple times. So I need to see if it's like trying to upload anything. Nope. Should be good. Alright, I'm actually going to lower that a little bit. Actually. That should be fine. Okay, so we are actually going to go into free build. We're going to continue the campaign later. Or the career. Wait, did I call it campaign or career? I need to check that shit out. Pretty sure I called it something different. Oops. If I did, I'm going to change that really quick. What did I call it? Continuing story mode. Whoops. Yeah, it's not exactly story mode, so I'm gonna edit the title really quick. Continuing career mode. There we go. That should be correct. Alright, I'm gonna click on it and see what it does. Yes. Okay. It's been changed successfully. That was a big oof. Okay. So, like I said, we're going to be getting in the free build, and we're actually going to be building my real-life PC. I currently have a Corsair. It's a case made by Corsair. And I have a NVIDIA GTX. I have two NVIDIA GTX 1080s, and I'm pretty sure I have a, oh, what the fuck is that? I think it's a Gigabyte. Yeah, I think it's a Gigabyte motherboard. I can't remember. I just know that I have it, like, memorized. And as soon as I see it, like, because I actually went into free build just to see if they had all the parts that I actually needed, and they do. So, now, a lot of you guys are gonna laugh, because I have a shit ton of Corsair stuff in my PC. I love Corsair. Like, I have my mouse and keyboard is Corsair, my mouse pad is Corsair, like, every fucking possible thing I could shove in that son of a bitch is Corsair. It's fucking ridiculous. I have a lot of shit made by Corsair. So, anyway, let's jump into free build and build my real-life PC. How about that shit? Also, I'm drinking something, so if you hear, like, me sipping shit, I'm not doing it on purpose, I swear. Okay, so these are starting PCs, I guess that they... Ooh, I like that case! I like that fucking case, it's pretty good. Case is alright. Ooh, I like that the PSU is in the bottom. That's pretty dope. Don't know if I like the actual PSU that's down there, though. Anyway, we are actually going to store these and just give myself more space. Yeah. So what we are actually going to do is we're going to go in our inventory here and look at cases. So, let's see. I'm going to actually look up Corsair to where I can filter everything. Here we go. Now ooh, I think it's that one. I can't remember. I know it's very compact. I'm pretty sure it's this one, the the Carbide Series Air 740. That looks right to me. Tower. Fuck. I can't remember which one which one I had. Oh no. I think it's this one. Yeah, that looks right. That's it. Yeah, it's the Corsair Carbide Series Air 740. That's what it is. That's the one. That's my exact case. So here we go. Placing it down here. So here's what I like about my case. So you have your actual, like, airports. It's got good airflow. It's a tiny case. I mean, it's like a cube. I'm pretty sure that's what they call it, right? A cube. Cases. And then I gotta search fucking Corsair again, which is a pain in my dick. Corsair. There we go. Yeah, it's considered a cube. It's not considered a tower or anything. And it has really good airflow. I really like this fucking thing. It's a really good tower. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are actually going to take this thing completely apart. Like, everything is coming out of here. Because all of this shit is not what's on my, like, the actual tower in real life. So I have different shit on it in real life. Let's see. There we go. And then remove the bottom part. There we go. And I think that's it. It should be completely apart by now. So, also what I like is you have your trays, which are like horizontal. And then you have your SSD bays, which is fucking awesome. And you can actually remove these if you want to give yourself more space. So, like, if I wanted to, I could remove any of these and give myself more space. Which, you know, they just come out just like that. It's super fucking simple. So I can remove any of those things if I want to. Me personally, though, in my PC, I haven't removed any of them. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably just going to put them all back. But I do like how customizable and modular the case is. I really like a lot of Corsair products. Like, Corsair is the fucking bomb, in my opinion. They make, like, really good shit. God damn it, that's not what I want. Ah, what the fuck? It's not what I wanted to click on. Drive bay. Yeah, I'm gonna put the drive bay back. Yeah, like, in my PC, I have, like, all of these, like, together. Although, technically speaking, I guess I could, like, take them out. But we're gonna leave them in just to where you guys, like, actually see, like, exactly how my PC looks put together. So yeah, we're just gonna leave everything there. So, now, the first thing we need to put in is the motherboard. So, now, if I do recall, I have a Gigabyte. Pretty sure it's made by Gigabyte. And it's an LGA 2066 is the socket. So I'm actually going to just look it up this way. 2066. There we go. Now I should be able to find it. Yeah, here we go. Which one is it? I think it's this one. Yeah, the Gigabyte X299 Aorus Gaming 9. So, there's not really too much of a difference between this one and this one. Just like the way that they look. But the thing I love about the Gigabyte one is look at your max RAM speed, 4,400 megahertz. And it supports, like, the newer fucking cards, so they're actually really good. In fact, I think this is the best one in the game, which is kind of crazy. It's definitely not the best one in real life. There's definitely better ones, but in the game, this is apparently the best one, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, I personally have a black one because it goes better with my case. And I don't know, I just like the way it looks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the motherboard in. There we go. Yeah, as you guys can see, it's a pretty beefy fucking motherboard. It's a good motherboard, though. It's really good. It's served me well. Now, what I really like is it has these dry bays on it for your, what the fuck are those things called? Your MI5? What the fuck are those things called? I know they're in, like, no, it's in storage, because it's, like, a certain type of storage. Your M2s, like your M2 shit. So, like, basically what that shit is just, like, really fast, like, spare storage is basically all it is. Yeah, like, look at these fucking things. But I do not have any, so we are not gonna put any on there. Instead, what we're gonna do is, well, the next thing we're gonna do is put a fucking processor in there. Which is, mine is an Intel i9. Intel i9. I can't remember the exact model, though. Pretty sure it's this one, the i9-7980XE. Pretty sure. What's the actual best one? I'm kind of curious. Oh my god. Yeah, I do not have that one. That thing is, like, super fucking expensive in real life. That thing is ridiculous. So yeah, I do not have that one, unfortunately. Which one is it, though? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because mine has 18 cores, so... Let's see... Yeah. Yeah, mine is the 7980XE, Intel Core i9, is what I have. That is the... Now, here's what I really like. You have to actually open the CPU handle, open the CPU shield, and then install your CPU. And then you have to latch that down, and then close the CPU handle. So it's very snug and tight in there to make sure that nothing happens to it. Look at that fucking... Look at that processor, though. That's the retail value on that fucking shit, dude. Like, processors are no joke. And those are actually about... I actually got mine for, like, I don't know. It was new, and I think I picked it up. Oh, what did I pay for that thing? I think I paid, like, $850 for it, so I didn't pay, like, full retail price, thankfully. My motherboard, I paid about, like, $400. I think it was, like, $350 or $400. The Corsair, yeah, it was about $250. So, yeah, those prices are pretty accurate. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're actually going to put in our CPU cooling, but before we do that, I'm going to apply some thermal paste where that thing doesn't run hot. And now we're going to do CPU cooling. Now, this is where I have another Corsair. This is where the Corsair shit starts to come out. Okay, so I actually have a liquid-cooled CPU. So I have, yeah, it's the Corsair H150i Pro RGB 360mm. So basically what you guys are going to see is this is going to take up the entire fucking, yeah. This thing is absolutely massive. It is a beefy liquid cooler to keep that CPU nice and fucking cool. And the overall, like, shape of this helps too. So let's see. Okay, so we got the CPU cooling. Now we're gonna go ahead and move to the actual memory. And in the memory, guess what I'm using? fucking Corsair shit. So, I have the Corsair... Okay, I have like 16 gigs, so... Corsair, can I do 16? Yeah, 16 GB. So, I have a Corsair Dominator, and it runs at 3,200 megahertz is the frequency, and I have like 4 of them, so I have like 64 gigabytes total of RAM. But here's what really sucks. So, I can actually put more in there. The motherboard supports more, but I don't have the money to be able to do it. So, like I said, I'm building my exact PC. Like, everything that you guys are going to see is, like, exactly what I'm using in real life. Or at least as close as I can. Okay, so there's 1. And there's number 2. There's number 3. And there's number 4. So 64 gigs of RAM. Retail value so far is up to 2,940. That's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, 64 gigs of RAM right there. Pretty fucking dope, dude. It's pretty good. Like, I really fucking like my setup. But it's definitely in need of an upgrade. So, next thing we're gonna have is graphics card. Now, I have an NVIDIA graphics card. It's a 1080. I'm gonna see if I have it. See, I have a 1080i with 11 gigs of RAM. This is the closest I can get to it. I actually have 2 of them. So, it's not perfect. Or no. Yeah, it's a 1080. Yeah, it's a 1080 Ti. Yeah, that's what it is. But it's not a Founders Edition. I don't know what the fuck that is. But it's an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 Ti. But it's not a Founders Edition. So, yeah. Now, I do have 2 of these in the PC. And it's fucking awesome, dude. I love it. Like, I love how my shit works. So, what I'm actually going to do is... Where's the actual... Yeah, I was going to say, my PCI ports are, like, right there. So... I'm actually going to go ahead and, like, remove these, just where I have, like, more space. I'm actually going to remove all of these, because... it's probably going to take up, like, a decent amount of space to put this in. Yeah. So, first graphics card, that's going in. Then the second one. So, yeah, we got some SLI shit going on here. Okay, now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put my PCI covers back on. So I can put one on right there. Let's see. Where is my other PCI cover? There it is. I was gonna say, I know I can put one right in between those fucking things. There we go. There's that one. Some people don't like having their PCI covers in, but I personally love having my PCI covers in. Hey, how's it going, Ballista? Thanks for joining me, man. I'm I'm gonna assume... Well, I don't know. I better not assume. How's it going, Ballista? I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, but welcome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, dude, it's great. I'm actually building my current PC right now. Everything that you're seeing is what I'm currently rocking in real life. 'Cause I'm on my PS4 Pro right now, but I'm kind of putting my actual PC together. So far, this is everything I have on my actual PC. Let's see. Okay, so what else did we miss? Yeah, 2019. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so What other shit do I have? Okay, so next thing I'm going to be putting in is a 4 terabyte hard drive. That's currently what I'm rocking in real life. So I'm going to go around to the back, open my drive cover back here. Actually, I think I'm using this one in real life. Yeah, in real life I have my 4 terabyte installed closest to my actual, like, little firewall. So, okay, I'm gonna close that drive, and there we go. So that's all I have in my PC in terms of actual hard drive space. So what we're gonna be looking at next is, let's see, I need to find my, where the fuck is it? It's a Corsair SSD. Wherever the fuck my SSD is. Oh, alright, man, take it easy. Let's see. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be looking at is a 960 gigabyte. Yeah, this is the current SSD that I'm using. It's 960 gigabytes. So, I do believe in real life I have, yeah, I have my SSD installed right there to where it's, again, closer to the firewall, to where it's easier to get to. Let's see. Okay, now in terms of power supplies, my PSU is also made by Corsair. It is a, where is it? I know I saw it in here. Yeah, it's a Corsair AX 1600i. It is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it retails for $450. It's a ridiculous fucking PSU. Yeah, and then there's the actual, like, power. The power button right back there. Okay, let's see. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know, maybe I'm not. Oh yeah, I need to put in the fans. And as per the usual, my fans are also Corsair. But they are not, like, LED ones. They're just, like, standard fans. Or I wouldn't say they're standard fans, but they're definitely, like, they're up there in terms of size. I do believe that they're the ML140s. I'm pretty sure is what I have. Yeah, the ML I40s, yeah. So, essentially what I have set up is I have one installed next to the motherboard. Okay, there's that one. Then I have another one vertical at the top of the case. And then next to it, I do believe I have a smaller, I think it's an ML, yeah, the ML120. Yeah, that's what I have next to it, because it fits in. And then on the bottom, just directly beneath this, I have another fan. And then I have the ML I20 right next to it. So I have, like, maximum airflow going into this. It's not air-cooled, but my CPU is, or not air-cooled, liquid-cooled, I meant. I have a liquid-cooled piece, or, CPU, but I don't have a liquid-cooled, like, total setup, like some people have. Mainly because, like, the case just isn't big enough for it. That's, like, the issue, is, like, it's not a big enough case. Like, this is actually a pretty small case, you know, because it's designed to be compact, because that's part of the reason why I like it. Okay, so I'm pretty sure everything is set up. We have every component in the actual computer. Now all we have to do is start slapping shit back on. Now, in terms of cables, I have, let's see, I actually have, like, black, they're braided, sleeved cables. I don't know if I have, or if I actually have them in here. Yeah, I don't have, like, fancy-looking cables, unfortunately. I mean, they're fancy for function, but, you know. Where's the sleeved shit? Yeah, here it is. So... yeah. Sleeved, braided, plain black. Yeah, these are the actual cables I have. Or close enough to them, anyway. Okay, so I'm going to connect my motherboard to my PSU. And then... motherboard... again, to the PSU. Let's see. What did I connect next? Or what do I want to connect next? I think I'm going to connect my graphics cards next. So, I'm going to connect that one to the top slot. And then I'll connect this one, again, to the top PSU slot. Okay, this is my secondary, so it's going to go directly below that one. And I'm going to connect that one directly below that. Let's see. Oh yeah, I should probably connect my liquid cool. Okay, so that's connected to the motherboard. It's kind of janky looking, but, you know, unfortunately that's kind of how it looks in real life, too. It's kind of janky. Okay, I just realized I didn't put my my one things back onto this, my dust covers and shit. I forgot to put that back on. Where does this go? Oh, okay, it goes, like, right down there. Got it. Okay. There we go. Bottom of the PC's back on. So, it actually has a stand for it now. I'm gonna put the top panel on. There we go. Now it's looking like a PC, man. It's looking badass. Okay, now I'm gonna put the dust cover on. And... front cover. There we go. And everything just slides on, which is what I love about this fucking thing. Okay, now we're gonna continue the cabling. So, I actually need to connect this, yeah, to the motherboard. There we go. So, let's see. Pretty sure all we have left are, like, the case fans and the SSDs. Okay, I'm actually gonna hook up my HDD first. And I'm going to hook it up to this top one, just where it has, like, less travel time, if that makes any sense. Okay, and then I'm going to connect my HDD right down there. So, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to connect my SSD. That is going to go right there. I'm pretty sure that's where I hooked it up in real life. And then it's going to connect to the PSU right there. So... now on to the fans. Now, the fans are a bit finicky. Okay, I'm going to connect it to the motherboard right there. And then I'm connect this fan to this fan. Now, this fan, I had to connect to this one to where it's oscillating at the same rate. Let's see. And then, I don't think... yeah, I was going to say, I couldn't get to it. So what I had to do is I had to connect this to this... and then connect this fan to this fan. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure everything is cabled up and ready to fucking go. So, now the only thing left is to actually power this fucking thing on. So, well, I technically have to, like, put it back together, but, you know. Okay, so we're gonna install the opposite side panel. Then we're going to install this side panel, and it just slides on, as you can see, like right there. It just kind of clips on. Love that case. It's very easy to get into and out of. Now we just have to cable it up and power it on. That's really about it. Actually, I'm going to actually mess with the peripherals really quick. I'm going to see if they have what I have. I have Corsair. I have a Corsair keyboard and a Corsair mouse. No, they just have Razer shit. That's lame. Okay, well, technically, this is the closest to what my Corsair looks like. It's got the wrist pad and everything. It's pretty nice. I like it. Yeah, and then I have, like, a nice, pretty big fucking mouse pad. How big is that one? I don't think it's quite that big. Yeah, that looks more like it. What does the Destructor 2 look like? Yeah. Yeah, I have like a black mouse pad, I do believe. I don't think it's really connected to anything, as far as I know. Yeah. Okay, and then for my mouse, I have a Razer. It's a wireless Razer. Yeah, that's the closest one. It's a, oh, what the fuck is it? It's a, or no, it's a Corsair. It's like a Corsair. It's Corsair's version of the same fucking mouse, is basically what it is. I'm actually gonna go over here and fuck with all of these. Yeah, I'll just put that one up. Put that one. And then... Okay, I don't have any of these crazy fucking... Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Let's see. There we go. And then mouse pad. Get it to that bad boy again. Then that one. There we go. And then I'll go over here, change this. And I like the wrist pads. Like, some people don't like the wrist pads, but I don't know. I just like them. They, you know, they ease my fucking wrist. Whenever I'm typing and doing shit that's, you know, not, I guess, like, gaming related, because technically speaking, when I'm gaming, I take this off, but whenever I'm just doing standard shit, I have that on, so, yeah. I think I have everything changed around. Oh. Headphones. Do they have, like, no, I don't think they do. Those are the closest to what I have. I have a Corsair. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they do. No, they don't. They don't have anything Corsair in here. That sucks. Yeah. I have, like, a Corsair headset, and it's, like, none of these look like it. Like, literally none of them. That's... Actually, that's technically the closest, but it's not accurate either. I'll just go with this. It's like a you know... I guess that's technically more authentic for me to go with those. Okay, so... Now I'm actually going to plug everything in. Okay. What? Oh yeah, I can plug it into, like, either graphics card. That's neat. I'll plug it into my top one. Okay, and then my PSU. Okay, time to power it on. Woo! Look at that. Uh-oh. Forgot. Forgot I have to install an OS. Whoops. There we go. Power it on. I'll let the OS install. Jesus, that's loud as shit. Okay. I'm actually gonna install all of this shit. Because I'm kind of curious how my PC is going to perform. God, that thing is loud. I'm gonna see if I can overclock it too. Pretty sure I can. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. Okay, get all my lighting and shit set up. Because I want it exactly how I have it in real life. Like, I want to set everything up as close as I possibly can. I'm going to install all these programs and then restart. That's the easiest way to go about it. GPU tuner, I don't know if I really need that. I don't know, I might. Okay, here we go. This is the last program, so as soon as this is done, I should be good to go. Yep. Gigabyte. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, my CPU temperature holds steady at about 33 degrees Celsius, so not too bad. I am going to try and overclock this, just like I have in real life. Ooh, what is that? Automatically overclocks your RAM to its rated stable speed and voltage. That's neat. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I have, like, everything set up exactly like this. So yeah, let's apply changes and restart. See what it does. Okay, now everything should be overclocked. I'm actually going to pause this momentarily. Dude, that thing sounds so fucking beefy with all those damn fans. And they're all running, like, exactly how they should as well, which is nice. Okay, I'm actually gonna, like, change my wallpaper really quick. I think that's pretty neat. I'm gonna go ahead and just close out of that. I'm gonna do a virus scan just because I'm curious if I have any viruses. Nope. I kind of figured I wouldn't. Okay, lighting. Now, let's see. Yeah. I want it, like, at 255 green. Actually, what does 300 green look like? Oh, I can't go any higher than 255. Okay. Select all lights. Apply. There we go. Now they all should be green, just like in real life. Yep, this is how my setup looks. It's all fucking green. And the reason why is because... This is why. Because at night it looks fucking badass. It looks so cool. Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and remove my USB drive, because I don't need that anymore. Okay. Go ahead and turn on the light. Okay, let's see here. So... GPU tuner. Core clock. I'm gonna see if I can... I'm gonna say, I don't know if I should or not. I know the core voltage is at 100%. I might try to increase it slightly. I think it's running, like, maximum. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think increasing that is gonna do anything except, like, break my fucking computer. I am kind of curious, though, what I get on the, how everything's holding. Let's see. SSD. 25. RAM. What's the temperature at? Does it tell me? Oh, sensors. Yeah, everything's holding pretty steady at 33 degrees Celsius. Power consumption. Yeah, I'm only like getting 196 watts. That really isn't that bad. And my maximum power draw is 1600 watts, The case temperature is like 29 degrees Celsius in there, so not that bad. Let's see what else we got. Okay, I'm actually curious how this fucking thing performs on my OCC test. Or OCCT test. What? The fuck? Oh, there we go. Okay, so... it's holding pretty stable now, the GPU, and everything's overclocked to 100%. So... GPU is overclocked. Yeah, everything's overclocked to 100%. So, I don't want to go any higher than that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a automatic test, and then we're going to do an infinite test, just to push this thing to its limit. Okay, here we go. Temperature's rising. It's definitely rising. Oh, I think it capped out at 55 degrees Celsius. Definitely getting some major power draw, but everything's staying pretty stable. Test on monitoring. Yeah, dude, that's really good. In my opinion, that's really good. Okay, now we're gonna do an infinite test as soon as it, like, fully recovers. Actually, no, we're just gonna push it to the limit. Infinite. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to do an infinite test just to see where it caps out. Looks like it's not getting any higher. And we're going on like 30 seconds now. Yeah, and the CPU isn't throttled either. Damn, dude. Yeah, it's not going any higher than 55 degrees Celsius. I cannot get it any higher. That's staying at about 56.75. Okay, it just leveled out. I think everything just leveled out. So, I don't think it's going to go any higher, but I'm going to continue to test it and just fucking really just run this fucking thing. Everything looks pretty good in there. I don't see any issues with the cooling. Almost at 1 minute and 30 seconds, just infinite testing. And so far, it's not really doing anything. What does this thing retail at? I'm curious. 5,000? What the fuck? See, I did not pay that much for all of that shit. There's no way. I don't think that's accurate. I think that might be a little fucked up. Well, I don't know. Maybe I did. No, there's no way in hell. Actually, the NVIDIA GeForce GTXs are pretty high, but... yeah, I was gonna say, dude, like, that's not... I don't know, that doesn't sound right to me. I mean, I guess that's retail, so I guess if you were to buy it from somebody, I guess that's what it would be. Okay, we're gonna be shutting the fucking testing off at fucking 3 minutes, because it's not really doing anything. Okay. Still holding pretty steady. Yeah. Not too bad. Okay. As soon as it hits 3 minutes, we're gonna fucking shut it off. Because I don't think it's going to be doing anything else. Okay, there we go. 3 minutes. So stopped, user canceled at 3 minutes. Let's see how it recovers. Yeah, it's already starting to drop down significantly, and the power draw is already getting down. So yeah, like it recovers super quick, dude. And that's after 3 minutes of just continuous fucking just you know, just pushing that thing to the max. Okay, it's getting down. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's already lowered temperatures down to, like, pretty much, like, nothing. Yeah. Yep, and it's pretty much down to, like, nothingness now. Yeah, it's starting to stabilize, if it hasn't stabilized already. Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like it's pretty much stabilized. CPU temps, it's a little bit higher than normal, but I think that's just because I ran it, like, super hard. Yeah, now it's pretty much, like, equalizing. Yeah, and everything's overclocked to 100%, so... Okay. Not too bad. I am curious, though, if I could, like, technically overclock this manually. GPA tuner, or GPU tuner unleashed. So, kind of curious, what would happen? I'm gonna say, this is probably gonna fuck everything up if I try to do this. What I might do is I might go ahead and, like, restart really quick. Actually, how's everything doing? Yeah, everything's holding pretty steady. Inside of the case isn't too hot. Doing pretty good. Okay, so I'm actually gonna restart really quick. And turn off, like, XMP. And I'm gonna try and, like, push this thing to its very limit. Okay. So, we're gonna get the base clock. To 200 megahertz. I don't think that's gonna work, because I'm pretty sure that's more than what my CPU can handle. Yeah, there's no way my CPU can handle that. There's no way. Yeah. There's no fucking way. Oh, Jesus, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that thing's actually rated for. I'm actually gonna look that up really quick. Corsair, or no. Fucking Intel, what the fuck's wrong with me? Intel, it's an Intel i9. Intel... Yeah, it operates at 4,200 megahertz by default, but I have no idea what that thing's capable of in total. I may end up breaking my fucking CPU. But it'll be a good test. It'll be a good test to see how much it can actually take. Times 50? Jesus Christ. I'm actually going to lower this down to 150 megahertz. That's still ridiculous. I still think that my fucking CPU is going to, like, crash on me. Okay, RAM speed. Okay, don't go above 1.65. Okay. Whoa! Okay. So... let's do 4,500. Increase it about right there. Okay, this thing is going to run super fucking hard. Yes. I don't know if it's even gonna launch. It launched, but how is it doing in terms of, like, you know... Oh my god, yeah, that thing is going to fucking melt. I am, like, melting my shit right now. Dude, that CPU is gonna fucking fry. Yeah, I would fry my CPU if I was running it like that. That's way too hot. 100 degrees Celsius, that's way too hot. Yeah, I would be frying that shit. Look at that. That is ridiculous. Yeah, that's too much. That is way too fucking much. Oh no. Yes. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Okay, now it's back down to 34 degrees Celsius. That's not that bad. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it up to 150 megahertz, like base clock. And I'm going to have... I try to do that. And then for RAM speed, definitely want to do 3500, and I want to do about 1.45 voltage and see what that does. I have a feeling it's not gonna fucking keep that thing cool. There's no way. Yeah, 100 degrees Celsius. Yeah, I am, like, melting my CPU right now. Like, that is ridiculous. The RAM, I think, can take it. It's just the CPU that can't. So, yeah. I'm gonna factory reset that. I'm amazed this thing hasn't, like, died. It's kind of an interesting experiment, though. Because I would never do this on my fucking PC. Okay, I kind of want to increase my RAM speed. Oh, fuck. It's the maximum I can get it. Okay. Okay, now I'm curious. What is that gonna do? $34 degrees Celsius. Not too bad. Okay, let's get it at about 45.36. Let's lower that a little bit. There we go. I was trying to get that at exactly 4,500 megahertz. Oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Yeah, I want to equalize the CPU and the RAM to where it's, like, operating at the same frequency. Okay, that's going to need, like, more. Yeah, I have it at 1.45 volts, I think. So, let's see what happens. I'm just fucking with so much shit. I want to see, like, what the oh, yeah, I was gonna say, that's fucking... That's dead. That's a dead CPU right there. 100 degrees Celsius. That's fucking dead. Yeah, they're both operating at like 4,500 megahertz, which I have no idea what the maximum you can get out of this thing is, but I'm gonna assume it's not that much. So I'm gonna do a factory reset. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Does it even launch to OS? Oh my god, I'm gonna melt this PC. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay. Should I? I'm doing it. Oh my god. This is going to fry the... I knew that was gonna happen. Oh my god, it runs so hard. Jesus Christ. Dude, that is like absolutely ridiculous. Holy fuck. Okay, I actually need to restart. Because I need to fucking get BIOS up. Sorry if there's no music, but I'm trying to listen to the actual like PC. Because I'm actually genuinely curious how much my PC can handle. Yeah, I need to factory reset that shit. That's a fucking nightmare. That's nightmare fuel right there. I do want to do the, yeah, just do the XMP. There we go. Yeah, the CPU is pretty much doing everything it can, but the RAM can operate at a higher speed, I do believe. Actually, I'm going to put it at the highest possible speed it can go. I'm curious. And I'm also going to put it at... Why am I doing this? Why? 1.65 voltage. That should keep everything stable, theoretically. Ooh, 4,500. That's exactly what I had. Alright. I'm actually going to keep everything relatively the same in terms of, like, how much voltage, just to see what actually happens. Yeah. I'm going to keep everything the same in terms of voltage to see if that does anything. To see if maybe that will lower the temperature. Okay. I don't even know if that's going to work. It launched to OS. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hang on. What does my system info say? How's it running? 100 degrees Celsius. Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, like, that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I cannot run that fucking... I can't run that any higher. Like, it's literally doing the best it can. So this is actually a good benchmarking tool, because this way I know what my PC can handle. This is the whole reason why I'm doing this. Like, why I'm doing so many tests. Okay, so we're going to factory reset the settings. And I'm going to enter BIOS again. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the XMP, which automatically overclocks everything. But I do want to see how much I can overclock my, See, it's operating at 4,200 megahertz now. So, is that really the highest it can operate at? Like, really? I'm gonna see what happens if I increase it by 4,300 megahertz. And if I increase my RAM speed to 4,400 megahertz. Kind of curious what's going to happen there. Okay, what do we got? Okay, 52, 51 degrees Celsius, yeah. I was gonna say, it can't handle anymore. Like, it's overclocked, like, the best it can. So, I'm just gonna do the XMP and just automatically have it overclocked. Because I think that's genuinely the best thing that you can possibly do. Yeah, dude, because, like... right now, this thing is just, it's not gonna be able to do it. I mean, that's just fucking how it is, dude. It's not gonna be able to do more than fucking 4200 megahertz. It can't handle it. At least I know, you know. I do want to try and increase my RAM speed a little bit more to 4,400 megahertz and see what happens there. I might go ahead and increase my voltage to 1.40 volts. Just to see, like, if I can get anything else out of my RAM. Because I am a little curious if it increases my temperature at all. It's holding steady at 33 degrees Celsius, so I think we found a winner. Yeah. I'm actually gonna decrease the voltage to see if I can run with the same voltage that I had. And see if it affects anything. I don't think it is. Yeah, I think theoretically I should be able to run this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run this, and I'm gonna do the same OCC test. OCCT test, I mean. Okay, so right now, let's see. What is it actually telling me on my sensors? Because that's something I need to look at. Okay, so the temperature's holding steady at about 30 degrees Celsius, which is about where I want it. I don't want it any higher than 30 degrees Celsius. If you get any higher, you're just gonna melt everything inside your fucking PC. In my opinion, I just, you know, I don't believe in that shit. Oh my god, dude, I'm really just overclocking the shit out of my RAM. Let's see, what is my RAM? Can I see what my RAM shit is? Memory clock speed, 4,400 megahertz. Physical memory used. Physical memory load is only at 1.72%. It's not too bad. Okay, so I think we have a winner. So, I'm going to do a test on it, just to see what happens. We're going to do an automatic test. So right now it's stabilized at about 33 degrees Celsius. It's a little hotter than normal, I think. I don't know, maybe it's the same temperature, I'm not sure. Let's look at the GPU. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do the test, see how it does. Oh no! Yeah, so PR Enlist corrupt. So yeah, it cannot handle that high of a frequency. Like, that's the highest it can handle, is what I had on it. Okay, so let's try... Can I even do any higher? I might actually increase the voltage to see if that helps, possibly. Okay. We're going to do that same test again and see if anything happens. Okay, so, as you guys can see, it's just, you know, at the startup. Let's do the test. See what happens. Yep, I don't think it can handle it. I genuinely don't think it can handle it. Okay. I'm actually going to increase the voltage to see if that helps, maybe. That's 1.65 volts. That is a lot of fucking power going into that. So, I'm going to see if that affects anything. I'm going to check out my system infos for that launch. Okay, how is this running? It's running at around the same shit that it was. So, okay. Let's do another test. Okay, it's only drawing 196 watts, so let's see how it does. Let's see if it fucking crashes my PC again. Testing. Yep, it crashes. So, yeah, that is the absolute most I can get out of it, is what XMP sets up for it. So, it literally can't do any more than what the XMP sets up for it. So, yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and have it set for 3200 megahertz. Actually, I might try... No. I'll just keep it at 3200 megahertz. Well, I don't know. I might try 3500 megahertz. No, it doesn't let me. The highest I can get is like 3,466. Okay. Well. And what does XMP do? It brings it to 3,200. So, I want to see what it actually does, and I'm actually going to bring it up to 1.4 volts and see what actually happens. I want to see if that's even possible for me to do that. Okay, here we go. It's stabilizing. Oh my god, that voltage. Okay, so it's stabilized at 196 watts. Okay. Let's do the test. Let's see if it crashes. I have a feeling it's going to crash. Yep, it crashes. Yeah, so... what BIOS says that it can do is pretty much the max it can do. That's the literal most it can actually do. So, I'm going to set that back on XMP. I now know the limits of my PC. So, hey, that rhymed. Okay. So, that's back. So, it is overclocked to the maximum it can do. So, let's see. Okay. So yeah, that's literally the max it can fucking do. It can't really do anything else. I don't know why the fuck this window is so jacked up. Okay, yeah, and I don't think GPU tuner is gonna help me at all. Yeah. This is for my, like, GPU to, like, see what that thing can do. You know what? I might try and clock that to what's its rated max? Jesus, yeah, that would be fucking nuts if I set it up like that. Okay. Memory clock. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. I'll do it like that. Oh. There we go. Jesus. That was dumb. Okay, so we're actually going to overclock this to 1500 megahertz, the GPU, just to see what it can actually do. So, okay, that's 1500 megahertz. So, I'm actually curious. What is my GPU telling me? Graphics card is holding steady, actually. Not too bad. Okay. So... Wait, how's my core clock minus 87? What? Did I lower it? I did lower it. What the fuck? Okay. Okay, we'll get it to fucking that much. There we go. Okay. See how that works. Okay, that's 1600 megahertz. So, theoretically, that should hold pretty steady. Click on my system info and find out how hot's the GPU running. 35 degrees Celsius, not that bad. It's running a little hotter, but not that much. I'm actually going to... Let's see. Okay, so we tuned the GPU, right? It's saved. Yeah. So that is my current... how my current GPU is set up. So I'm going to do another OCC test, or OCCT test, just to see what it's actually capable of. So my fucking... This thing is definitely overclocked. Like, you can tell that it is overclocked. So, it's actually overclocked above 100%, like on some of these, which is kind of interesting. So, like, that's only at, like, 101%. So, I'm actually curious how it's going to perform. It's now drawing 211 watts of power, which is kind of interesting. So, here we go. See if it crashes the PC. Testing. Here we go. Yep, it crashes. Yeah. So, I don't think it's actually capable of doing anything more than what I have set up for it. Actually, it might. I might just have to increase the voltage. I'll increase the voltage to 110%. And see how that works. See if that helps me at all. Because it might just not be getting enough power, is the issue. So, let's see. Okay, we're going to do the same test again. Open up my window to where I can monitor it. Okay. So, let's see. How much is it overclocked? It's definitely overclocked. CPU isn't really overclocked that much, though. Yeah, and we're currently drawing 211 watts of power as of right now, so... Here we go. Let's see if it crashes. Ooh! Oh my god. Yeah, it's stable. It's up to 63 degrees Celsius. My god. Oh my god, dude. Look at how much power that's drawing. Holy fuck. Jesus. Okay. So it's finished, so now it's gonna go back down. Yeah, it's already going back down pretty quick. Well, it's good to know that I have good airflow in this fucking thing. So, okay. Let's do the ultimate test and put it on infinite and see what that does. Okay, so we're stabilized, so let's do it again. We're going to do it for 1 minute. 1 full minute, we're going to do this. Actually, we're going to do it until it stabilizes at the max. I want to see what this thing is capable of. Dude, the fans in that fucking thing are just struggling. Jesus Christ. I would not do this with my PC. Like, I would not be stress testing it this much. Like, this is a little insane. Oh, dude, that fucking power draw is insane right now. Oh my god. And that GPU temperature is fucking hot. That thing is running super hot. CPU's running pretty fucking high, too. Where's it gonna cap at the power draw? I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna keep it going until I hit the max power draw. Okay, so we're at the minute mark. Okay, so it actually capped at a minute, I think. Yeah, it's not going any higher. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop it and let it fall back down, see what it does. Yeah, it's already down to like 35 degrees Celsius, so yeah. It recovers pretty quick, and the power draw is dropping pretty quick, too. So, that's good to know. Yeah. GPU is definitely overclocked to shit. Okay. So, what I'm actually going to do is, I'm going to minimize that for 1. I'm going to bring up my GPU tuner. I'm going to do absolute maximum and see what it does. Oh my god, it's not stable. It is not stable at all. Okay, I done goofed. Okay. So now here's what I have to do. I have to update it or I have to open it in BIOS and fucking do a factory reset, which sucks. Yeah. And then I'm going to have to do the XMP again. Apply changes and restart. Yeah, so we figured out the max that thing is capable of, I think. So I definitely can't overclock it that much. I'm going to try and get it 8,000 megahertz. See what that does. I'm going to try and keep everything relatively stable. There we go. I'll do about 106% core voltage. See how that affects it. Are we going to get a crash? I don't think we're going to get a crash. Okay, so 1800 megahertz core clock. So, ooh, GPU temperature is definitely high. What do we got on system info? Yeah, GPU's definitely running pretty fucking hot. So, let's see. Okay, we're gonna do a test, and it is probably going to crash the fucking PC. So, and we're gonna do an automatic. We're currently pulling 248 watts, like right now, and the GPU temperature is up there. So, alright, let's test it. See if it crashes. Yep, immediate crash. Yep. So, yeah. So it can't handle that much. It cannot handle that much overclocking. So, that's good to know. Now, here's my question. Is it going to crash as soon as I launch it again? No, it's not. Okay, good. Okay, so we learned where the limit is. So, let's see. Let's get it about 1650 on the memory clock and the core clock. See if we can do that. And then we'll get it at about... I might have to just raise the voltage a lot, too. That might have been the issue. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. So... ...110% voltage. Let's see what that does. Okay, we don't have a crash so far, so that's good. So... what's the system looking like? We're at 45 degrees Celsius on the fucking GPU temperature, so that's pretty high, but not like, you know, ridiculously high. It's pretty fucking high, though. Okay, so we're currently drawing 240 watts, same as before. So we're going to do another test. See if it crashes on us. See if it stabilizes at least. Ooh, God, dude, that GPU temperature. Holy shit. Yeah, I would not be running my GPU that hot. That is like death. There's like death and destruction right there, dude. That is ridiculous. Yeah, that's way too hot. That's way too fucking much. Way too much. How much am I actually overclocking it? 130% in some areas? Oh my god. Yeah, fuck that, dude. Okay. I'm bringing it back down to where it was. Because that's ridiculous. So, okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna bring it... Let's see. I'll overclock it slightly. I'll overclock it, like, very little, and see how it handles it. I was gonna say, I think it only needs, like, maybe 102% voltage, maybe that. Let's see. Yeah. 102% should be fine. Okay. So I'm overclocking it slightly. My GPU, anyway. So, yeah, GPU temperature is holding steady at about 33 degrees Celsius. So, it's slightly overclocked, but not to the point where, like, it's gonna, like, die or anything. Okay, so, yeah, we're getting about 199 watts worth of power draw. So, not too bad. Yeah, we're at 101% overclock, so I only overclocked it to, like, 101%. That's not that bad. Let's see. So, what we're gonna do now is, well, I don't know. Let's see. I'm actually gonna see if I can get this, like, around the same. If it's even, like, possible. Okay, so what does it start out as? It starts out at about that. Okay. So, yeah. I definitely want that at about 1600 megahertz, and I'll probably put this one at about 1400 megahertz, just to see if it, fucking shits out on me or not. Let's see. Then in terms of core voltage, I'm gonna kick it up to about 102%. Because we're technically working with 101% overclock. So it makes sense to have, like, the voltage a little bit higher. Or at least I'm pretty sure that's how much I'm overclocking it. Yeah, 101% across the board. So that's not terrible. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and keep it about there. And we're going to do an OCCT test again. See how it runs. So we're currently drawing 199 watts worth of power. So we'll see how it performs. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that is getting way too hot for my comfort level. I mean, it's not that bad. It's staying within, like, the 50 degrees Celsius realm, but it's definitely a little too much for me. Okay. Okay, so not too bad. I'm actually going to see if I can increase... I'm going to see if I can get this to, like, to where it's literally operating on the same frequency. Like, the memory clock and the core clock. Because that would be fucking nuts. Okay. So, when I apply this, what are we getting? 116% memory overclocking. That's a little insane. So I probably need about 105% more voltage to actually be able to do that. So, okay, we currently have a 211 watt power draw. So let's see if this thing survives. I don't think it is. I think it's gonna die. I think it's just gonna overheat and die. Oh no! Fucking GPU temperature. Well, it's stable. I mean, it's definitely stable. But yeah, 62 degrees Celsius, that's fucking hot, dude. That is a really hot GPU. I would not be overclocking it that much. Like, I mean, 116% for the memory, that's a little insane. Yeah. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reset it to the default. And, actually, I don't know. Actually, now that I think about it in real life, I think I do have it slightly overclocked. I'm pretty sure I have the core clock at 1600 megahertz, and I have the memory clock at 1400 megahertz. So, yeah, I think I do have it overclocked, now that I think about it. But it's very slightly overclocked, the memory and the core. So, yeah. Okay, now we're going to get it to about 102% voltage. And I think that's about how I have it in real life. So, I'm going to see how this runs. Yeah, we're currently drawing 199 watts of power, and I only have it like 1% overclocked. So it's not that bad. I do want to try and overclock my CPU as well. And I might try to overclock my RAM just slightly. Not by like a lot, but just, you know, slightly. Let's see. Okay, so I'm actually curious how my GPU is going to run with this, and then that will help me determine if I want to overclock my RAM and my CPU. Yeah, 50 degrees Celsius. That's about how much it gets. So yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly where it needs to be. I'm pretty damn sure, though, in real life, I don't have my CPU overclocked. Just because it's, like, really dangerous. Same way as, like, overclocking your RAM is super dangerous, too. Because, like, your RAM and your CPU are, like, really expensive. So, okay. That ran pretty well. I am gonna, like I said, I am gonna try and overclock my, my RAM and shit, too. If I can. So, I'm gonna go ahead and restart it. I'm pretty sure I already have my RAM overclocked to, like, a stable amount. Yeah, it's running at, like, 3200 megahertz. So, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to run it at 3200 megahertz, just like that. But I'm going to, wait, can I mess with this at all? Okay, no, it completely fucks it. So, 3200 megahertz, and I want to run this at 4500 megahertz. So, no, not 4520. God damn it. I want to run it at exactly 4500 megahertz. That's not going to work. There we go. Times 30, 4500 megahertz. That theoretically should be fine. Theoretically. Because it's not a whole lot more than what it already is. So, we'll see how that runs. And it's, okay, that's not what I want. I want it running at, okay. I guess I'll have it running at 4200 megahertz. I have no idea what the default was. Oh, 3200, yeah. And I have that running at 4500. I don't know, man. This might mess a lot of shit up. I'm actually going to increase that to 1.4 volts on both of them, just to where it has, like, enough voltage to actually, like, keep going. And theoretically, that should be fine. I'm going to open BIOS and make sure that my CPU is holding up. See, this is why you don't try to overclock your CPU. That is death right there. That is the exact reason why you do not try to overclock your CPU. Because your CPU is, like, it's very finicky to any little fucking thing you try to do with it. So, now I'm going to have to factory reset it. I'm going to have to go back to BIOS. Okay, so my CPU temperature is running at 4200. So, and the RAM speed is running at 2400. So, just that little bit of a difference was enough to, like, you know, to really jack stuff up. So, okay, I'm actually going to get it at a base clock of 105 megahertz and see how that does. And I'm going to increase the, the fuck am I doing? I'm actually going to lower that to where it's like 42, wait. I was going to say, that's fucking same thing I was on. So yeah, let's just get it there, actually. Okay, yeah. So, base clock is going to be 105 megahertz. I'm going to increase the voltage to 1.40 volts. And I'm going to get the RAM speed to about 3,360. I do believe that's about as much as I can get, and I'm going to increase the RAM voltage to 1.40, just to where it remains stable, hopefully. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Let's see how high the CPU temperature rises. Yep, 100 degrees Celsius. So yeah, it cannot handle any more than what I'm throwing at it. Like, this is why you don't want to fucking try to overclock your CPU, because it will just wreck shit. Like, you will just wreck your PC if you try to do that. Like, 34 degrees Celsius is good enough. Like, that's right where it needs to be. So, and I'm going to go ahead and, like, automatically overclock my RAM. So, okay. Now, everything should automatically be overclocked, and hopefully it saved my GPU settings. So, I'm actually going to check all my shit really quick. Yeah, 33 degrees Celsius across the board. GPU is holding at about 32. Not too bad. So, I'm actually going to see if it saved my settings. It didn't. That sucks. So, okay, I'm actually going to get it back up to 1600 megahertz. Get that up to 1400. And get that up to 102% core voltage. There we go. Now, let's see what it's running at now. It's running at 32 degrees Celsius, so yeah. This is about how much I have it overclocked in real life, which basically translates to about, like, 102% overclocked. Just to where it doesn't, like, fucking... just to where it doesn't wreck shit. So, yeah. So that shows the original, and then that's the current. So it's a nice, even amount. So everything is currently holding steady at about 32 to 33 degrees Celsius. And then our power draw, our minimum, is 199 watts, so not too bad. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do a test. See how it performs. Make sure it doesn't, like, melt anything. Yeah, it gets to about 58 degrees Celsius. And then my CPU temperature gets to about 55. So, that's about as much as you want it. I mean, that's not, like, terrible. So, yeah, that's about as much as I would comfortably overclock my shit. To about 101%. Yeah, everything's 101% across the board. In terms of it being overclocked. So, that's as much as I personally would overclock it. And in terms of the CPU and shit like that, I really don't want to overclock it anymore. Like, it's pretty much at 100%. Like, it's, you know, it's about as much as what it needs to be. So, yeah, getting it any higher than that is just going to start melting components. Yeah, so I'm going to hold everything steady at about like that. So, now here's my question. How much shit can I actually run? Can run that. Battlefield 1, yes, that makes sense. Save Mirrors, yes. Counter-Strike Source, yes. Bush Flight Simulator, never heard of that. Deer Hunting Simulator. Doom. It's pretty dope. Dota 2. Euro Truck Simulator. That's a game I need to get into. F1 2017. I should be able to run fucking everything. Fable Fortune. Far Cry 5. Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say, I should be able to run everything on maximum settings. Like, everything in here. Feudal Fantasy. Is that supposed to be like Final Fantasy? Flight Simulator. Football Manager. Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah, I was gonna say, because I can run Grand Theft Auto 5 with mods. So, Hate a Boyfriend, what the fuck is that? I don't know what the fuck that is. League of Legends, yes. Minecraft, I was gonna say, I know for a fact I can run Minecraft. Overwatch. PUBG, yep, I was gonna say, I should be able to run everything on here on maximum fucking settings in 4K. Because I can do it in real life, so there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to do it on the game. Okay, so Subsim, World of Tanks, and then finally, World of Warcraft. Yep, I can pretty much run everything on this PC in maximum settings. Not trying to brag or anything, but I'm really proud of my PC. Ooh, part ranking. How does my part match up? Ooh, yeah. Not that good. What is the best graphics card in the game? Oh, shit. Gigabyte Aorus Graphics GeForce RTX. Oh, my God. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, how does my CPU rank up? Can I see what my CPU is? Please? What's the worst graphics card? Oh, GeForce GT. That sucks. Damn. Ooh, I think that's what I have is or no. I think I have an Intel Core i9 7980XE. Yeah. Damn you, fucking AMD. Sons of bitches. Yeah, I don't have either of those. That sucks. That really sucks. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Don't I have a 7980 in this fucking thing? What do I have in this fucking thing? I forgot already. Let's see. Really? Intel i9 7980XE. Yeah. Yeah, Intel i9 7980XE. Yeah. So that right there is where mine ranks. Like right there. So 7980XE, 7980XE. So yeah. I definitely don't have top of the line shit. Unfortunately. I wish I did. Why did I fucking close that? I wanted to look at other shit. God damn it. No. Not system info. I want... where the fuck was it? Part ranking. That's where... that's what it was. So, what is the worst CPU that you can have in the game? I'm kind of curious. we saw what the worst graphics card was. It was a Gigabyte GeForce GT 1030. Damn, dude, that's pretty bad. Gigabyte normally makes really good shit. Okay, what's the worst fucking processor? An Intel Celeron G3 900. Yeah, that makes sense. Pretty sure that's what I had in, like, my old PC. Okay, so... what else do I want to do? Okay, I want to go ahead and get some music going. There we go. Got the music going again. Okay. Let's see how everything performs on 3D Mark. I'm genuinely curious. There we go! 45 FPS, not that bad. Not too bad. I mean, it's definitely not great. 41.5 FPS, that's kind of shit, actually. Ooh, there we go. 107 FPS. Yeah, I was gonna say, I can get way better FPS in real life. Yeah, 106 FPS. That's pretty good. I was gonna say, I can run most games on maximum settings. I really wish I had, like, a newer generation NVIDIA GeForce. I would really love one of those. I'd really love to SLI those fucking things, but it's just so expensive. Oh, there we go, 96 FPS. Almost 100 FPS. Yeah, I think I'm actually, like... I think this is supposed to be a benchmark for, like, 4K or something. I'm not 100% sure. I'm actually curious what score I'm gonna get. 15,675. Not too fucking bad. Yeah, so I have, like, two NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 Ti's. Not too bad. Not too fucking bad at all. I'm actually pretty impressed with that, yeah. So, CPU test is like 40 FPS. Graphics test, 106.54 FPS. And then 95.39 FPS. Not too fucking bad, dude. Not too bad. My CPU is definitely not top of the line, though. I wish it was, but it's not. Okay. So is that it? Yep, that's it. Okay. Okay, and everything's ran at... Okay, it's run at in 4K. So yeah. At least I'm pretty sure 2560 at 1440. Pretty sure that's 4K. Pretty fucking sure it's 4K. Yeah, it's in a DirectX 12 benchmark. Okay. Not too bad. Okay. Alright, so in the meantime... let's see. So yeah, I guess now I know how my PC ranks in real life. Not too bad, but definitely not the best, you know. But yeah, we're probably going to be getting back into the actual, like, story mode as soon as I get done here. I'm actually curious. I didn't pick up any viruses, did I? No. Okay. I was curious to see if, like, it actually did anything. By the way, double tapping the X button. See, because if I just click it, it doesn't actually do anything. Wait, can I drag? No, I can't. That sucks. Yeah, I can't drag shit around. That kind of sucks. So, like, if I click it, I can't, like, actually drag it. It's kind of annoying. It's not that big of a deal, but it's kind of annoying. Okay, so... I guess what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and power this bad boy off. And that is going to be my go-to PC. So, I'll probably go ahead and leave this, like, right here. Yeah, so this is pretty much everything I have in it. So, I'm very proud of this PC. It's a very good PC. What do I have in here? Oh, yeah, I fucking stored this shit in here. I might make, like, really beastly PCs with these two cases and see what I can do with them. Because I am kind of curious, so... Okay, I'll store the PC in there. And that is my... Oh my god. Yeah, that thing is fucking nuts. Okay. Actually, you know what? Oh yeah, I said I was gonna do story mode. So... The next thing I will probably do is... Hang on. Let's see. Can I? There we go. I was wondering if I could do that. Nice. Okay. Okay, so I'm actually gonna see if I can... What does breathe look like? Breathe. Flash. That's pretty neat. What does rainbow look like? That's pretty fucking neat. What does ramp look like? That's pretty neat. Flash. Okay. Alright. That looks so cool. That's so neat. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, and then we will get right back to this, and we will probably be doing, more than likely we'll probably be doing, oh, what the hell is it called? We'll be doing story mode as soon as I get back, so I will be right back, guys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Sorry about that delay. I hope you enjoyed my, the little light show I put on the PC, at least, where you guys had something to look at. Okay, so... display is gonna go away for 1 second. And it's back. Alright. Wait until it gets, like, fully back here before I move. There we go. Okay, so... static. And that's at 255, yes. Okay. That is how I have my shit set up in real life. Like, this is... this entire setup, because the reason why is because it's easy to see at night. So I can, like, very easily see, you know, my mouse. I can see, you know, the internal components. I just wish that I had, I wish I had more, like, lit components in here. Like, you know, that would be pretty cool. Nathan Dalkey, yes, the game is really good, and, do you have Car Mechanic Simulator? Yes, I do. I do have Car Mechanic Simulator, and it's a pretty good game as well. I really enjoy it. It's a really good game. Like, both of these are really good games. Like, Car Mechanic Simulator and, like, the PC Building Simulator, they're super awesome games, dude. I really like them. But yeah, if you're just now joining, Nathan, this is my PC in real life. This is what I currently have set up on my PC. It's got, like, the same case. Like, this is the same case that I have in real life. All the fans, everything in here is exactly what I have in real life. But I am currently playing this on my PS4 Pro. So I'm not currently playing it on this exact PC. Now, I will say, though, that in real life, I do not have this keyboard, I don't have this mouse, and I don't have this mouse pad. In real life, I have a Corsair. It's like a higher dollar Corsair keyboard. And then in real life, I have a Corsair. I basically have the Corsair version of the Razer Basilisk, which the Razer Basilisk is basically it's basically Razer's version of, like, it's basically a wireless mouse. Like, you can hook it up either wired or wireless. And you can hook it up via, like, a USB, like how I have it set up here. And then the mouse pad I have in real life is it's made by Corsair as well. I have a lot of Corsair stuff on my PC and, like, for PC accessories. Like, if you actually see, like, my case is a Corsair Carbide Series Air 740. I have a Gigabyte, my motherboard is a Gigabyte X299 Aorus Gaming 9. I have an Intel Core i9-7980XE processor. My PSU is a Corsair AX1 or 1600i. And then I have 4 Corsair Dominator Platinums, which are 16 gigs a pop at 3200 megahertz. So I have a total of 64 gigs of memory. And then I have, like, SLI shit going on with 2 NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 Ti's. I don't have the Founders Editions in real life, but this is the closest I could get to it. And then for storage, I have a Seagate Barracuda 4TB hard drive. And then for SSD, I have a Corsair 4 Series LE200 960 gigabyte. And I just have a single SSD. Now, in this PC, which is cool, this is what I like about my PC. I'm going to go ahead and, like, unscrew the back here to where you can see what I'm talking about. So, this PC actually has... you can actually put in, like, 4 SSDs, I think. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I didn't have an... now, The reason why I have all of these in place is because it just lets me... I don't know, more than likely in real life, I'll probably take all of these off to where I only have, like, that one, since I only have, like, one SSD. But part of the reason why I have it set up like this is just to where it's closer to the firewall. And then, of course, I have, like, my HDD back here. So... it's pretty cool. Like, you know, this is pretty much my exact setup right now. Oh yeah, and then of course I have a Corsair H1 50i Pro RGB CPU cooler. So that's this right here. It's liquid cooled. Like, this entire setup right here is liquid cooled. So yeah, this is like the liquid coolers, and then I have like a shit ton of case fans. I have like 2 vertical case fans that's blowing air in this way. Then I have the liquid cooler, and then I have another case fan that's over here. So it stays nice and cool in my PC. And the bigger fans, the bigger case fans are the ML140s. So I have 3 Corsair ML140s, and I have 2 Corsair ML120s in my PC. So everything that I have right here is pretty much everything I have set up. Even the lighting is pretty much like what I have set up. So, and it looks really nice whenever you turn off, like, you know, lighting, like lighting in the room. You know, because it actually, like, lights up, you know, it's lit up, you know, towards green. So, looks pretty cool. Anyway. Alright, so let's see. I'm actually going to go ahead and put this back together. And then put this back in storage. But I really like how easy it is to get my case apart. Because especially this side panel right here, it's magnetic. So... oh, Truck Drivers coming out September 19th. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. That would be a pretty cool game to play. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm actually going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and power off my PC. Yeah, there we go. It unplugs it automatically. So, and I'm going to go ahead and store it back in here. And the next time I mess around with this stuff... I might make something out of this PC, just to see what I can actually make. So, I'll go ahead and put that there, and, I'll go ahead and go back to the main menu, I think. I'll go ahead and, like, turn off the auto connect tool. Let's see, auto standoff tool, faster installation, auto cable. That's pretty fucking neat, man. Like, FreeBuild has some, like, really neat stuff you can mess around with. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave the PC there. Yeah, because everything is pretty much like the same as how I have it. Actually, no. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to have my PC hooked up down here. So that way it's like my actual PC. I'm gonna make sure it still turns on. Yep, it still turns on. And everything is the same. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off, and we're going to go ahead and go back to the main menu and continue the story mode. Okay? Alright, so here we go. We're going to go back into story mode. But yeah, man, Truck Driver Simulator sounds like something I would definitely be able to get into. That sounds like a really fun game to me, man. Because I know Truck Simulator games are, like, super finicky on the PC. Yeah, dude, it's a pretty expensive tower. Corsair makes some... But, hang on. We're gonna go back really quick. Hang on. Hang on, we're gonna go back to where you can actually see all of this, to where you can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go back into FreeBuild, to where I can, like, go over all my parts. give me 1 second to where I can show you what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, I really like the style of my case because just like it's really dope. Here, I'm actually gonna show you what it looks like. So this exact case right here, you can buy a car for that. Well, it's not just the case, it's everything in it. The actual case, the Corsair Carbide series. Now, here's the thing. Keep in mind, this is retail value, okay? I built this PC, like, I built this PC myself in real life. So, I built this PC for about $1,500. So, in real life, I spent about $1,500 total on this PC. Like, you know, like, for instance, like, some of these prices are a little ridiculous. They're not 100% accurate. I think what this thing is referencing is if I were to buy it myself, rather than build it myself. So what I mean by building it myself is literally everything you see in here, I put in myself. Because, here, I'll show you what the case is by itself. So, when I actually bought my case... Hang on. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm actually going to get the same case and everything. Just to where I can show you what I'm talking about. So, Corsair. Give me 1 second. Here it is. So, this is how the case looks like by itself. So, you can literally buy this case. And see, the stupid part about it is in real life, it didn't have any of these stock fans in it. The fans it actually had in it were, well, it didn't even have fans in it. So, I had to actually buy my fans myself. So, when I actually bought it, when I actually bought the PC, it literally didn't have any of this in here. So, like, hang on. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, like, I'll take this last fucking stock cooler out, which it's not even stock. Because when I bought the case, it didn't have any of that shit in it. I had to buy, like, everything myself. So, PC parts. Yeah, so, it had that in it. It had the front panel on it. And it had the side panel on it. This is literally what my case looked like before I started building it. So, the total amount that I spent was about $250. So, yeah, it says retail value is $280. But in reality, I spent about $250 on this case. Because it didn't have any of the fans or anything in it. I had to, like, put the fans in it myself. But yeah, like, if I actually take the case off, and then take the side panel off, you can see that it had all this shit already in it. So, like, your PSU goes down there, your HDDs go in here, so your hard drives go in there, and I can actually remove this if I want to. I don't know why the fuck I would, but I can. Same as I can technically remove these, too. So, you know. Overall, in real life, it's not that expensive to actually build your own PC. You just have to know where to get your parts and everything from. But it is a really cool looking case. I like it because there's no screws. So if you actually see, like up here, hang on, I'm gonna try and get a good angle. So if you see like up there, it's got little like latches where the case actually goes on. So when I put the case on, it just latches on. There's no screws, no bullshit that I have to worry about. So, it's actually a really cool case to put together. So, overall, it's a pretty neat case. Now, the problem is, I don't know... yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not gonna be able to do anything. Oh, okay, so yeah, I can't actually do anything. I can't, like, delete the fucking case or anything. Oh, thanks. Well, just keep in mind that... Just keep in mind, this is what it used to... Hang on. So, that's what it looked like stock. And then after I got done with it, this is what it looked like. So yeah, it's... I'm definitely impressed with myself how much I was able to do that. But The thing about it is this isn't even, like, that big of a case. This is considered a cube case, which I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So, if I actually search it, I'll bring up Corsair again. There we go. If I actually... thanks. Yeah. But yeah, like, if you see, like, the Corsair Carbide, it's a cube. And what I like about it is, see, like, this Corsair Obsidian series, that is an expensive fucking case, because it's a full tower. So, you can have gigantic, like, parts in it, dude. Like, it is ridiculous what you can actually do with this thing. And you can put pretty decent sized fucking, you know, motherboards in here, too. So, I could actually get, like, a hell of a lot of power out of this full tower. So, but, you know, yeah, and then you have, like, smaller, like, cubes like this. Corsair makes really good stuff, man. Like, I really like Corsair stuff. They make really neat, like, shit. Like, all of it is just really neat that they build. I haven't messed with any of this stuff, though. I'm not really too sure if, like, how good stuff like this is. But yeah. Anyway. Alright, so I'm actually going to go ahead and store the PC, if I can. Can I actually get rid of this PC? Or is it just kind of, like, stuck here? I think it's just stuck here. That sucks. Yeah, so I'm probably not going to be able to get rid of the PC, so I'll probably just, like, access it in the storage. Yeah, I'll just put the damn thing in the storage. What does the most tower cost? To get it by itself, I'm not 100% sure. More than likely, a full tower... Like, really expensive towers are probably going to be, like, your full towers, which I'm going to put in full tower. Yeah, full tower. So, so this is where you start getting into your really expensive cases. So, if you look at the size, it says full tower. Your full tower, cases are going to be super fucking expensive, dude. Like, full tower cases are absolutely ridiculous in terms of how big they are. Now, I'm not 100% sure what the biggest full tower is, but, I'm gonna assume, let's see, I'm gonna look for one that's, like, really big. I'm gonna, like, try to find, like, the biggest full tower I can. I think they're all relatively the same size. That's a pretty big tower. That right there. I think that might actually be the biggest one I've found so far. So, let's see. Yeah, I think that might be the biggest full tower. Yeah. Oh, no, actually that one I think is the biggest. Yeah, I'm not really 100% sure how much, like, the most expensive full tower is going to cost you. But most of your towers are pretty expensive. Like, whenever you start getting into your full towers, they're pretty fucking expensive. Just because you can put more in them. Let's see. Ah, fuck, dude. I'm not really too sure. I'm not 100% sure, like, what's going to be, like, your biggest shit. What's going to be, like, the biggest tower. Probably that one. That looks like the biggest one, but I'm not 100% sure. 175, 198, what was that one? 190. So, yeah, that's looking like the biggest so far. Can you make money off of them? I mean, well, the thing about it is I didn't, like, custom make... See, here's the thing. Like, these are all cases. In terms of, like, making towers and making them and like putting like actual computers together, you can make money off of them, but you have to sell them at least 20% more than the amount that you built them for. So that's where you start getting into like retail value. And the problem is there's already a lot of retail stores that do it. Doing that type of thing is really difficult because it's really expensive. So you could theoretically make money off of it, but you would have to know what you're doing. Let's see. I think this is technically like, I don't know, man, like, max CPU fan height, yeah. I don't know. Like, all of these are kind of like, more or less the same. Max PSU height. Let's see. I'm still trying to figure out, like, what the biggest tower is. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I think this is the biggest. No, that's not the biggest either. Damn. Yeah. I think, relatively speaking, this is going to be your biggest case. So this right here is probably about as big as you're gonna get. This thing is huge. Yeah, this thing is fucking massive. Can you make a profit on the towers? Like I said, you could, but not really. I mean, like, you would have to, like I said, you would have to mark it up like 20% more than what they are, like, than what you bought them for. So, like, this tower right here, actually, the tower isn't that bad. Damn, that actually isn't that expensive of a tower. Huh. That's only 140 bucks. And it comes with, case fans. Damn, dude, that's actually a really cheap tower. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm actually going to put that in there then. Let's see. What is the... Can I actually put these fucking cases, like, just back in my inventory? Is that possible? No, I don't think it is. Damn it. Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me. That kind of sucks. Okay. But yeah, like, I couldn't really make money off of the towers themselves, or the cases, rather. Yeah, okay. So yeah, basically, the only way really to make money off of them is to build an actual, like, custom-built computer, and then sell it. Because, like I said, this is $5,000 retail value, and you could literally build this yourself for probably half that. So you could make a shit ton of money off of computers if you know what you're doing and where you're getting your parts. So, yeah. But yeah, this case is definitely interesting. I could probably build a pretty powerful PC, using this case. I don't like how the case is set up, though. That's so fucking weird. Yeah, but this is definitely a pretty good size fucking case. Now, some of the cooler cases in the game is... Hang on, I'll show you one of my favorite cases in the game. Give me a second. Let's see. I gotta find it first. Actually, it's called a cube, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just gonna put in cube. Yeah, these are fucking awesome, dude. Like, some of these little cubes are really neat. This is when you start getting into, like, really, like, tiny territory when it comes to, like, PCs. I'm gonna try and find, like, a really small one. Like a game console size cube. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Cooler Master. Let's see. Yeah, you could technically build one. Okay, like this one right here. Hang on. This computer right here, you could probably build. I built this PC for about $1,500. That's how much I spent on it. Altogether, I spent around $1,500 total. And this thing retails for almost $6,000. So you could sell this super easy and make money off of it. And the thing about it is this isn't even a super powerful PC. I mean, it's pretty powerful, but it's nowhere near top of the line. Top of the line would be fucking insane. I might make a top of the line PC actually really quick. So, okay, so if we're gonna build a top of the line PC, I'm gonna need to get a really good case. So, so while we're sitting here, I'm gonna try to make a, let's see, I'm gonna try and find where this tiny little cube is. Oh, damn it, I fucking clicked out of it like a dumbass. Yeah, that's not bad for $1,500. Yeah, it really isn't. But that's only if you build it yourself. So what I mean by yourself is, I mean, you have to get a case, just like this, and do not cheap out on your case. That's another thing. Do not cheap out on your case. Okay, so if you want to build one yourself, do not cheap out on the case. So what you're looking for whenever you're building a case is you want to have a firewall. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you see, this is where your main components are going to go. This is where your graphics card and shit like that's going to go. This is where your motherboard goes. This is where, like, one of the fans go. You could put fans up here, too. You can put more fans through here. And what's cool about these cases... Here, I'll unscrew this really quick. You see how this case has a firewall? This prevents... Okay, say your PSU overheats. I'm actually going to turn off the music really quick. Hang on. Or at least lower the volume. Give me a second. To where it's not quite as loud, to where you can hear me a little bit better. But yeah, if you can see this, this is a firewall area. So, this is where, like, all your cables and everything goes. So, basically what happens is your PC is basically cut in half. And that's a good thing, because you have a firewall separating your components. So, a lot of your heat is going to be generated in this area. In this area in here. Where my mouse is going. So, basically the reason why you don't want to cheap out on your cases is because if anything happens to a component, it could potentially fry other components, or you may not get good enough airflow in your PC. So, you definitely don't want to cheap out on a case. You want to get a really good case if you can, but don't spend a shit ton of money on a case just for the name brand. Like, you know, Corsair is a pretty good name brand, but I could probably have gotten a cheaper case. But I wanted to get Corsair shit just because Corsair is a name that I trust. And I really like their stuff. Everyone kind of has, like, their preferred, like, you know, everyone has their like, preferred manufacturers, but I really like Corsair. So, I'm going to go ahead and put this back together. But basically what I'm talking about here, I'm just going to put the same thing in really quick. Hang on. I'm going to put a... What is the highest wattage I can get out of a fucking... out of one of these things? Okay, that's a 1600 watt. That's 1000. 850, 1200. Let's see. I'm actually curious if I have, like, the best thing in the game or not. There's no way. There's no fucking way. I think I do. Yeah, I do. Okay. So. Oh. Yeah. So, okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and install this in really quick, just where you can see what I'm talking about. So, I'm not going to screw that in. But you see how, like, your PSU and everything, all your cables are going to be streaming from this into here. Here, I'm actually going to go ahead and take that back out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this case back together and just show you on my already pre-built case what I'm talking about. Why you don't want to cheap out on your cases. Okay, that's on. Okay, that's got to go back on. And then side panel. Okay. Alright, so you see how on my... Here, I'm just going to take this all off. Everything has to go. So, I'm going to have to, like, uncable this in order to show you this. Let's see. Okay, I think... Okay, where does the actual, like... fuck. See, this is where you start having issues with cables. Okay. So you see how all my cables are going back here? This is how you want your stuff to go, because this is your PSU. This is your power supply, okay? So your power supply is where all your cables are going to be going. So if anything happens to your power supply, or if there's a fire or anything, this firewall prevents, like, anything from happening to your other components, to where your other components don't fucking just shit out. So, here, I'm gonna, like, take everything off to where you can see what I'm talking about. So, actually, I don't know how much I can actually take off. Theoretically, I can take this off. Yeah, I can take this off, and then, let's see, actually, I'm gonna leave that on. Because all I'm going to do is, like, just turn the PC on. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put the top panel back on. Because I don't necessarily have to take that off. Okay, so... I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. Actually, I'll just plug it in the old-fashioned way. So, I'll plug in my mouse, keyboard, and I can connect this in either port, I guess. I'll connect it to that one because it's closer. And I'm going to connect this to my primary GPU, and I'll connect this to my PSU, which is back there. That's my PSU. So when everything powers on... Okay, so you see how I have all these fans? You see how I have, like, all of these fans going? This is, like, my liquid cooling right here, which is drawing liquid to this. So I have, like, the actual liquid cooling here, and then it's drawing it over here. And then this is just a case fan. These are case fans, and these are case fans. So the whole idea is that it keeps everything really cool. So I'm actually going to show you how cool it actually keeps it. So if I go to System Info, maximize this, everything is staying at about 33 degrees Celsius. Now that sounds really hot. That's about... Oh, I don't know how much that is in Fahrenheit. I think that's about, like, 90 degrees Fahrenheit, possibly. So, it's still pretty hot, but it's not, like, hot for a PC. And then my GPU temperature is staying at about 32, and then my actual case temperature is staying at about 28. Now, the thing about it is, even when I put all of this back on, so, you know, when I actually put the case back together, the temperature is not going to increase that much. So if I put the panel back on, theoretically, because I have really good airflow, the temperature shouldn't increase at all. Yeah, case temperature is still at about 29 degrees Celsius, 28 and 29. And the whole reason why is because I have really good airflow. So this is what I'm talking about not cheaping out on your case. Because if you want to build a PC, you have to be able to have really good airflow, and you definitely want to have a good case that can provide good airflow. Like, this case is set up for maximum airflow. And what I mean by maximum airflow is I have fans up here, I have fans over here, And then I have, like, liquid cooling over here, which is also, you know, essentially fans. And then I have another fan in the back here. So, you know, like, I have, like, maximum airflow going on. You know, and even if I, like, okay, say, for instance, I really want to push this PC. So, this is basically to test. This program is something I can use to test how much I'm, like, using. So, right now, my CPU is at about 33 degrees Celsius. Minimum is about 32.89. You know, my GPU, it's about, you know, 32.46. You know, this is pretty much your minimum and maximum, and it's drawing about 199 watts of power. And I'm currently not overclocking my CPU, because overclocking a CPU is bad news. I do not recommend overclocking a CPU. My GPU, though, I have overclocked to 101%. So, and it's still staying relatively good. Now, once I do this test, you're going to see this, like, skyrocket. So, see how everything's relatively stable? I'm going to go ahead and do this test, and we're going to see what happens here. So, the test is starting. Okay, here we go. You see how it jumps, but it doesn't get above... It doesn't get to 60 degrees Celsius, which is what you want. You don't want anything, even at maximum draw, to get above 60 degrees Celsius. So that was pretty much a cooling test to make sure that my PC has good air cooling. And it does. Because nothing overheated. Everything stayed perfectly fine. So the max temperature for this was at 55.56 degrees Celsius. GPU got about 58. And the second GPU, which is GPU 1, that got to 58.33. And then the maximum power draw I had was 399 watts. Now, let's really push the PC and do an infinite test type. Let's see what this thing can really do. So I'm going to do this again, and we're going to do it for 1 minute and 30 seconds. We're going to do this test for 1 minute and 30 seconds and see what it does. So, right now, it's already hit its peak for the temperature. It doesn't appear to be going any higher, which is good. That means I have good airflow in the PC. But as you can see, I am drawing a lot of power, and it is going up. So, theoretically, once I get up to a minute, it should stop the power draw. It shouldn't be drawing any more power after a minute. And as you can see, the temperatures aren't rising either. The only thing that's happening is I'm drawing more power. It's not getting hotter. So, you know. But the thing about it is my PSU can totally handle it. My PSU being my power supply. Because it's rated up to 1600 watts. So, yeah. I just clocked out max at 709 watts. So, we're past a minute. And it's not going up. So, that tells me that I have a good PSU. I have good airflow, and I have a good stable, you know, my CPU, my GPU, everything can handle what I'm throwing at it. So we're going to keep it going to 1 minute and 30 seconds, just to see if anything happens. Yeah, see how it's stabilized? So we're gonna cut it at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay, cut it, and there we go. Immediately, the temperature dropped back down to 30. And my power draw is plummeting back down to its standard level, which should be around 199 watts. This is good software to determine what your PC is actually capable of. So, you know, this is definitely a good way to determine how everything works. So, I'm going to see how long my power draw actually takes to get back down. It shouldn't take much longer. But yeah, the max was 709 watts. So, you know, that was definitely a good test. So, that is the max value that my power draw is actually going to take. So, it's not going to get anywhere near 1600 watts. Yeah, so we're all the way down to 199 watts, and it's not getting any lower. So, that's a perfect test for exactly what I wanted to do. So yeah, overall, you know, making like a PC isn't particularly hard. Um, you know, and a lot of it mainly comes down to making sure that you're not getting like robbed when you go to like get PC parts, because some people jack PC parts up super high. So it's really important to make sure that you don't get like PC parts jacked up on you. So other than that, you know, that's really the only advice I have to give. But yeah, other than that, I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and power this bad boy off. And I'm going to go ahead and place it under here. And more than likely next time, yeah, it's pretty cool because you can actually test to see how your PC actually performs. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Hang on. Yeah, I'm going to do the auto connect tool. There we go. And another cool thing is this is basically my motherboard menu. This is basically, so right now my RAM speed is at 3200 megahertz. My RAM capacity, I have 16 gigs, so I have 64 gigs of RAM. You know, that obviously isn't like the current system date. That's fucked up. But yeah, like it shows how much memory I'm using. So I'm using like all 4 of my memory. CPU temperature is holding at 33 degrees Celsius. And then it shows my storage, which I have the 4 terabyte hard drive, and then I have the Corsair SSD. So, and this is like your little menu. This is where you can, like I said, this is where you can overclock your CPU, but I do not recommend it. I do not recommend overclocking your CPU, because if you overclock your CPU, you can ruin it super fast. Now, if you want to overclock your RAM, you can technically get away with that. Like right now, I have it overclocked because the standard is 2400. But if I use the XMP, which is, it automatically overclocks my RAM to its stable speed, it overclocks it to 3200, which is what I'm personally comfortable with. So my RAM is overclocked, which means my PC is going to be running that much faster, but it's still stable. So it's not going to be ruining my RAM. So, and then this is where you set up your boot device. I would not recommend setting up a boot device for your SSD. I mean, I guess some people can do it, but I don't know. I personally don't prefer it. I like having my hard drive as my boot device. And we'll go ahead and do that. And then we'll go ahead and go to the OS screen. And there we go. So yeah, overall, it's not too expensive to build your own PC. And the good thing about it is that if you do build your own PC, like if you want to build, you can build this exact same setup that I have right here. Oh, here's what's really cool. This is what this looks like with the lights turned off. This is what I love about like having lit up stuff, is because you can see everything perfectly fine in the dark. So you can see your mouse, you can see your keyboard, and you can also see inside your PC. Now, they do make lit up fans and other components. I just couldn't afford them. Like, you know, I just couldn't afford to put lit up fans along with everything else. So, you know, like I said, this is exactly what I have. I didn't build a monster PC, but I definitely built a pretty good PC. Actually, just to show you how good the PC runs, let's do a benchmark test, shall we? Let's go ahead and use 3D Mark. Basically, 3D Mark is a benchmark software. So, we're going to go ahead and run this and see how it performs. So, right now, this is a CPU test. Right now, I'm getting about 41 FPS, which isn't the best, but it's not terrible, considering this is a... I have not fried my tower, thankfully. But yeah, I have thankfully not fried my tower. You can very easily do it. In fact, after we get done with this test, I'm actually going to show you how easy it is to fry your tower. So, right now I'm running at 106 FPS. That's really good. Because in real life, I can run most games on maximum settings. Actually, as far as I know, I can run every single game that I have on maximum settings on my PC. Yeah, here we go. Getting about 95 FPS. Almost 100 FPS. See, this is where my graphics card and my CPU are having to work in tandem together. But yeah, give me 1 second, because I actually want to see... Yeah, so, I got a score of 15,675, so, for my graphics test, I got 106.5 FPS. For the second graphics test, I got 95.39 FPS, and then for my CPU test, I got a 40.93, which is pretty good. Like, overall, that's really good. It's not top of the line, like I said, but it's definitely pretty good. You know, and all of this is running in 4K as well. So, you know, let's see. Okay, so I'm actually going to show you how easy it is to fry your tower. So, like, right now, I have everything set to, like, actually, no, I just want to show you what happens if you mess with your CPU. So, give me 1 second. I'm going to restart it, and I'm going to enter BIOS, which is basically your fucking, you know, to operate everything. So, I'm going to go to my CPU overclock. Let's get the base clock up to 105 megahertz. Let's see what that does. And I'm also going to bump this up to where my RAM speed is a little higher. There we go, my RAM speed is at 3150. So theoretically, everything is pretty well equal to how it was, if I do recall. So let's see, I'm actually going to get that back down to 100. Okay, so standardized, it's about 3200. So if I get that to 105, yeah, so I'm going to do about 3360. And I just want to show you how easy it is to fry your tower. Okay, so I'm applying the changes. Look at that. Look at my CPU temperature. I barely move that, and my CPU is running at 100 degrees Celsius. Like, if this was real life, I would have fried my CPU. That is why you do not overclock your CPU. Overclocking your CPU is bad news. So I'm actually going to bring this back down. Actually, I'm just going to run it, just to show you what happens. So, I'm going to have everything set up exactly how it is. Actually, I'm going to enter BIOS one more time and make sure it's all set up. So, yeah, right now, I am literally melting my CPU right now. Like, if this was real life, I would literally be melting the CPU at 100 degrees Celsius. That is ridiculously hot. And I'm actually going to increase my voltage to 1.40, just so I can try and maintain its stability. RAM voltage, I'm going to increase it a little bit as well. Not much, just a little bit. Just to where it hopefully remains stable. And I'm going to launch back to my OS. Yeah, it's a pretty cool game. Okay, so look at the fucking temperatures, dude. Look at those temperatures. 100 degrees Celsius, 99 degrees Celsius. GPU temperature is about 32. And the case temperature is about 28, 29. That is insane. I am literally melting my CPU right now. So, just to see what actually happens, let's do a test. Let's see if my CPU can handle it. This is only overclocked to 105%. That's it. I'm overclocking it to 105%. That's all this is. So, I want to see if this thing can survive. I don't think it will. I think it's going to die. Okay, let's find out. Let's do a test. Yep, there it goes. It died. Yeah, so I just blue screened my PC. So I'm gonna launch that back up. Ah, shit. Yeah, dude, it's insane. Okay, actually, I need to restart. I fucked that up. I meant to go to the OS. Okay. So, let's see. I'm gonna bring my CPU temperature back down to, or base clock to 4200. So, it's currently at 3200 RAM speed. Okay, let's just increase it. Okay, you know what? Let's increase it to... Let's get it an even 4300. Let's try to do that. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Let's get it to 4300. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do that, I don't think. No. Maybe? 4300. I'm trying to get to 4300. There we go. Okay, we're at 4300 megahertz. So, let's increase it slightly. Jesus Christ, that is crazy. Okay. That should not be that high. Okay, let's get it to about 4585. And let's see how that runs. This is a very small difference, keep in mind. So let's see what this does. Okay, that's 51 degrees Celsius. That is running really hot. That is still running really hot. I would not trust that, personally. So the base clock is at 172 megahertz. Ratio is at times 25. I should have enough voltage to be able to hold that. So, yeah, and then my RAM speed is slightly higher than my CPU speed, which is about where I want it. Actually, I'm gonna try and get it lower, so about like... No, I'm gonna keep it at 4585. That's fine. Okay, so let's see if this will survive. Let's see if I'll blue screen my PC this time too. Let's find out. Okay, so now keep in mind my GPU is still overclocked. I am curious how much my... Okay, so my CPU is overclocked to 172%. That is ridiculous. So the CPU is overclocked to 102%. And my CPU temperature is at like 51 degrees Celsius, so that's still really hot. That's too much. Okay, so let's see if this thing survives. We're gonna run another test and see if it survives. Nope, it died. Blue screen. Okay. So, I'm going to enter back into BIOS, and I'm going to bring everything down to where it was. I'm actually going to factory reset to factory setting. Damn it. Do I have to do that? Times 40, and I think it was like at 100 or something. I think that's what it was. I think 100 megahertz is where it was at. Okay, and then I'll overclock it standardly. Yeah. And then I'll get it down to 1.35. Yeah, I would have lost a lot of money if I would have been doing that in real life. How's it going, Habibu? Welcome to the stream. Sorry about that, I didn't see your comment. Let's see. Yeah, I think that should be how it was. Actually, I'm gonna have to factory reset it. I'm gonna have to, because I don't know what I had. Which really sucks. Oh, you're welcome, Habibu. You're good. Let's see. Oh, is that times 42? Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna like automatically overclock it then. Apply changes. There we go. Now everything should be how I had it. Okay, now I'm gonna have to like tune my GPU again. So, in real life, this is how everything is normally set up. In real life though, I have mine clocked to 1600 megahertz, and I have my memory clocked to 1400 megahertz. So we're gonna do exactly that. There we go. And then for my core voltage, I have it at 102%. So, I am now running my PC exactly how I have it in real life. So, yeah, and as you can see, it is stable across the board, 33 degrees Celsius, including my GPU. My GPU is holding at about 32, 33. So this is about where you want it. And my power consumption is about 199 watts. And my maximum power draw is 1600 watts. So I'm nowhere close to, like, running out of power, which is really good. So, okay. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to actually continue the story mode, like I said earlier. So I'm actually going to unplug this, plug that back in, mess with my free build options. There we go. When did I start playing this game? I started playing the game, I think a couple days ago, because I literally started my part 1 stream. Part 1 is archived on YouTube by now, so you should be able to watch what I did in the first part. But yeah, that's essentially what I did, is I basically just did story mode the entire time. This time, however, I wanted to build my actual real-life PC, which is what I did. So, in terms of this stuff, I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to... I don't know. I might actually reset some of these PCs. I might go ahead and, like, rebuild my PC, actually, just for you guys. So, I am, however, going to, like, make this a little easier. And, okay, yeah. I'm going to... So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to literally create my PC again from scratch, since you guys are watching. That way you guys can see what I actually did. Actually, I should remove some of those, like, tools, now that I think about it. Auto standoff tool. Can you add me as a friend? Yeah, that's fine, Nathan, that's cool. If you want, I mean, you know. That's up to you. Okay, so quick cable tool. Auto cable tool. Okay, that's neat. Let's see. Quick screw tool. Auto connect tool. I'm gonna leave all that stuff off. For now. So, I'm gonna store this, and I'm gonna store this, and then I'm going to build my PC again for you guys. So, I'm also gonna put all my stuff together, so, let's see. Oh, that is not my setup. There we go. That's essentially my setup in real life. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and replace that. Replace that. And I'll replace that. There we go. Okay. So, I think that's about it. So, I'm gonna go ahead and build my PC from scratch, just to where you guys can actually see how the PC is put together. So I'm going to build my PC again just for you guys. So first I need to find my case, and it's a Corsair case, so let's see, Corsair Carbide, there we go. Okay, so this is the case. Gotta remove this stuff. Everything has to be removed. Okay, there we go. Get rid of the bullshit fans. See, my case didn't come with these. I don't know why in the game they come with these. I'm gonna assume that if you buy them, I'm gonna assume if you buy this, like, case, like, all put together, you hype, raise it. Believe it or not, I actually don't like, what the fuck? Oh, that's weird. I actually don't like Razer stuff. I mean, Razer's okay, but, like, my keyboard and mouse in real life, and my mouse pad and everything, most of my stuff is Corsair. Like, pretty much all of my stuff in real life is Corsair. So, you know, like, I don't really have all of this shit in real life. I don't like Razer too much because it's a little too expensive, for my taste. That's just my own personal opinion, you know. I know a lot of people hype up Razer stuff, but I don't know. They're just a little too expensive and outside of my price range, you know. Especially considering, like, everything else I got. Yeah, dude, like, Razer stuff is, like, way too expensive. Okay. So I'm gonna take this off. Yeah, your setup is Logitech. Yeah, Logitech makes okay stuff. I like Corsair stuff the best, personally. In my personal opinion, I think, Razer, Corsair, and, oh, who's the other one? Logitech's pretty good. Like, they're up there, but I don't know. Like, I don't know, like, in my personal opinion, and this is just my opinion, you can like whatever you want. I'm not gonna, like, tell you can't have a certain setup, but I don't know, man. Like, I prefer Corsair, stuff the best. Like, they're kind of like, they're higher end, but they're not, like, super expensive. Like this case, for instance. This is a pretty good case for 250 bucks. And in real life, you probably won't even have to pay 250 bucks for this case. You'd probably be able to get this damn thing for, like, you know, $190, $180, you know. And that's American dollars, by the way. What's the cheapest brand you can buy? I don't know, actually. That's a good question. In terms of cases, I'm not sure. If I had to say for cases, probably like your HP cases and stuff like that. You know, probably like your, like your standardized cases. You know, like HP, Dell, you know, a lot of that stuff. Like, you know, just having like a standard, just a common default case. You know, those are pretty cheap. Like, you can get an HP case for like 50 bucks. Like, they're pretty cheap, the cases themselves. I don't think HP makes, like, any high-end cases. I don't think Dell does either, now that I think about it. Like, a lot of your, like, more name-brand PC manufacturers, I don't think they really make, you know, like, that type of stuff. Let's see. Oh, that's awesome. What the fuck is that? GamerStorm? Oh, that's awesome. That thing looks cool. I might have to build that. A GamerStorm Tristellar. That is like a hybrid between a PC and a console. That looks really neat. That is really neat. A GamerStorm Quadstellar. That's so fucking cool. Like, some of the cases in this game are awesome. But yeah, in terms of, like, the cheapest case in the game, I'm not 100% sure. I'll try and find, like, the cheapest case I can. Because I'm looking at mainly, like, brands and stuff like that. Let's see. Ooh, that's an interesting case. Let's see. Silverstone, no. Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm not really 100% too sure what your cheapest case would be in the game. That's interesting, actually. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I wish I could tell you, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I can tell you, and probably the Antec stuff. Antec makes, like, some cheaper cases. Yeah, man, like, everything looks pretty cool. Well, a lot of the stuff you have is higher-end stuff, too. So, you know. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and build my exact PC again. That way you guys can see how everything's put together. So, whenever you're putting a PC together, the very first thing you need to keep in mind is your motherboard. Your motherboard is probably going to be the very first thing that you put into a PC. So, we're going to go through motherboards. And I'm looking for the LGA 2066. So, that is the socket that I'm using. So, LG 2066. Put that in, and I should find my Gigabyte. Yeah, here it is. So here's my motherboard. It's a Gigabyte X299 Aorus Gaming 9, which it has the LGA 2066 socket, which, if you guys are unfamiliar with basically your sockets, basically LGA sockets are for Intel, and let's see. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So there's AM sockets as well. Like, where is it? Yeah, AM4. So AM4 sockets are for your AMD. Yeah, see, like, all of these are AM4 sockets. If you can see there. So that Asus, that's AM4. All of these take AMD CPUs. Which, if you guys are wondering, see, these are AMD. Which I personally don't prefer AMD. I prefer Intel in terms of processors. But these are all AMD processors. And then you start getting into, like, your Intel processors, which is what a lot of computers use. In fact, I know very few computers and very few people that actually have, like, AMD processors. But anyway, we're going to get back into motherboards. And go to, I need to find this fucking thing again. God damn it. So, LGA 2066. And then here we go. So, what is the difference between these two? I'm not actually sure. I know that one's black, or that one right there. That one's black in color. I'm not actually too sure the difference between the two. They both look very similar. Okay. Well, this is my motherboard. So, we're going to put this in. So, basically what you have to do is you have to put in the standings, which you just screw them in like this. You screw them into a certain point, and then your motherboard goes on top of it. And then you continue screwing them in. You have to make sure you get all the standings. To where it's secure to the actual case. So here we go. This is your main part of a computer right here, is your motherboard. So